What's going on YouTube? Q&A time. I'll be right back. What's happening, guys? Late night in the fish room, and figured we don't got anything else to do, so figured we'd get our first Q&A action. If you guys don't know, if you haven't been following my last couple videos, we set up a CichlidMan09 Gmail account so that if you guys got any questions for myself, you can hit me up there. I will do videos like this, quick Q&As and stuff. Really awkward angle for the camera. Whatever. Do quick videos like this, but I am going to actually answer a lot of them through email because I know that I'm going to get too many questions to do a video and a question, to do everything all in videos. Some of them are quick little typey type, so if you're lucky, you'll get one in a video. But, like I said, it's not going to be every single one, but we're going to try and get as many of these in videos as possible. The good ones, the awesome ones. So, let's get this going. First one by Maurice Macomi, I believe that's what I said. Hey, my name, wanted you to elaborate a bit more on the filtration on your tanks. Thought your tanks were more or less air filtered. Then I saw your sump. Yes, I do run a sump over there. Can you tell me in the YouTube Nation what you're running? I'll show you guys here in a second. Also in the tank with the F1 mag, is that a sponge filter and a flower pot? Maybe. Can you tell me why? Is there a reason? Yes. Hold on a second. Cut this. Alright, Maurice, let's get this figured out. So, air filtration, yes, huge part of my fish room. Yes, there is a sponge filter in that pot. No real reason to, other than the fact that it fits. It kind of hides it. I don't know. It was just very spur of the moment. Fits, whatever. So, air filtration, yes. I run a 35 liter or 35 watt pump, 60 liters per minute. And that runs up into PVC, which I've got running all around the fish room. By the way, I'm going to end up redoing all of this eventually because it kind of did it half-ass. But that runs all the way around, got lines running down from it. Hulk's tank, the 75, other 75, the 29, are all exclusively filtered with sponges and air. So those are all just air filtered. Now, like you said, I do have a sump over here. And I had the sump on there before I even thought about switching to air. So I decided when I did switch to air that it would be more efficient for myself to keep the sump for heating purposes so that I can run both tanks into one central unit, heat them there, and it honestly is much. I probably use half the wattage in heaters to heat these two tanks than it would otherwise. But yeah, they do run into a sump right there. Got some cheapo pumps in there, DIY trickle tower. Running a 300 watt Jaeger, big old Jaeger heater, or Jaeger, whatever the heck you say, it doesn't matter. Heats the tanks very efficiently, does a fantastic job. But yeah, do run a sump, but I also do run air into these tanks as well with sponges, just so that there's bio in the tanks. Eventually, I'd like to switch everything over to air eventually, but that way I've got bio in the tank. Say if I had a power outage, I've got biological media within the body of water, so a little fail safe in there. So hopefully that answers your question a little bit. Let's move on to the next one in a second. Alright, next question here from Noah Byron. Watched all your videos and you made one or two about packaging fish and singing. Can you tell me where I can buy fish and fillet? Also, can you set up a Planet tank sometime? I've been getting interested in them, need some help. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see this on a video. Well, here you go. Packaging fish, I do package, ship fish, all that kind of stuff. Currently right now I'm not. Winter time is not a good time to ship fish, just strictly due to the fact that tropical fish require warm water, and when it's winter time, what is it? It's cold outside. So that doesn't work. So buying fish off me, when I do get ready to ship and all that kind of stuff, all you guys out there on YouTube are going to know, so there you go. As far as a Planet tank, that's something that's definitely interesting to me, but until I get more tanks and more space, I got what I got and I keep what I keep, and I'm not going to change that anytime soon here, but definitely not in the near future, but in the future I will be doing planting tanks and stuff and learning more about that stuff. But as far as if you want information about that, go find some guys on YouTube Go check out Dustin's channel, a whole bunch of the guys, Mr. Mom's Tanks, a ton of other guys on YouTube who actually know plants, because I don't know diddly squat about plants. JW Heiser 1302, my buddy Jeff over there, he knows the crap out of plants. So go ask one of those guys some plant questions. They'll hit you up with some good answers. And very cool. Thanks for asking the question. Let's move on to the next one. From Reed Smith. What's up, Reed? I was wondering where you buy your filter pad sheets from. The cheapest I've been able to find them about $20 for a 6-foot by 1-foot roll. eBay. Go check out eBay. I believe it's called the Pinky Roll Bonded, whatever. It's like 10 feet. I believe it was like 12 or 13 bucks for about a foot by 10 feet. Check everywhere when you look stuff. Check all the pet sites. Check eBay. Check Amazon, because everything is different and all the prices will be different. Every once in a while, if you do shop around and do a good job shopping around, you'll find a really good deal. So, like I said, eBay is where I get mine, but make sure to shop around. That's where eBay's where I get my replacement sponges real cheap for like $1.50 a piece or something like that. So check that stuff out if you're looking for that. Thanks for the question, Reed. Next, this is from Bob Goo. Love your videos and enjoy your energy. So I heard that feeding fish hot dogs was really good for both fish and the bacteria in your tank. What's your opinion? Thanks. Now, I wasn't going to answer this in a video, but feeding your fish hot dogs, please don't feed your fish hot dogs. As a matter of fact, I had a Pacu probably 10 years ago that we actually fed hot dogs, and it did fine. Not going to get into in depth on that. I don't recommend feeding your fish hot dogs. Hot dogs are not developed for a fish's diet. Feed your fish fish food. I feed Southern Delight. It's great stuff. Formulated for fish to eat, so might as well feed them something they want to eat. So, as far as good for the fish and the bacteria in the tank, probably not a good thing. Hopefully that wasn't a very super serious question, because don't feed your fish hot dogs. It's actually probably cheaper to feed your fish fish food than the cheap hot dogs. So, thanks Bob Goo for the question. Alrighty, next one. Nick Barbagallo. Barbagallo, love it. Hey Forrest, been watching your videos since day one. Thank you very much. Awesome. I recently ordered 6 reel mags inspired by Zone Blondie. Again, thank you. From Dan at Sickles of the Americas. I've heard Dan has a monster beast male. He's like 2 feet long. Any suggestions on how to care for them? And what size did your reel mag start showing freckles and colors? And last question, where did you get the gravel inside your 225? I'll start with that one first. Gravel inside my 225 is Home Depot Quikrete all-purpose gravel. Make sure you wash it really good. It's about $4 for about a 50-pound bag. This 225 is 8 foot by 30 inches, and I think it takes about 4 bags to do. Really cheap, really inexpensive, good way to do it. So Quikrete all-purpose gravel is the gravel I have in every single one of my tanks in here. Used to use sand, switched over to gravel because my buddy Mike saw in his videos how easy it was to gravel back, and honestly it's fantastic. So that's the gravel I use. At what size do your reel mags start showing freckles? I've got my F1s over there. I could grab the camera. It's late. Probably about 1.5, 2 inches. The real stunners at about 1.5 inches are going to start showing freckles. And you know, as they get bigger, I don't want to say this for certainty, but I believe that the freckles that they have are the freckles that stay. Like, I don't believe fish actually increase their freckles. So like my 2-inch fish down there that show freckles, I believe those freckles are the freckles that stay. I believe it's a permanent trait that stays on them. The pattern may change a little bit here and there, but you know, for the most part, when I got Azul when he was about, I don't know, 3.5, maybe 4 inches, the freckle pattern that he had then and the freckle pattern that he has now is about the same. So, you know, you can tell pretty young the potential that a fish has. That's the cool thing about umbies. So about that size, you can really tell. Around 3.5 to 4 inches is when those fish really start to develop and start to show their true potential. But about 1.5 inches, 2 inches, you'll actually start seeing those things. Any suggestions on how to care for them? Biggest tank possible. You don't have to put them in a 225 when they're fry, but you know, give them plenty of space, and as they grow, increase their tank size. Something permanent for, you know, a pair of reel mags is honestly in the 200-gallon plus range. But for fish that are, you know, 5, 6, 7 inches, even upwards of a foot, don't necessarily need that much space. So just provide them with adequate conditions. Change tons of water, have proper filtration. You don't have to have an FX5 and spend $500 on filtration. You don't have to go spend $1 million on lighting units. You know, cheap lights, solid filtration. It's got to do the job. You know, my sponge filters do just as well as anything I've ever used. So proper filtration, adequate filtration that'll be able to handle that. Don't overfeed them. Of course, don't overfeed your fish. But the main thing is just keep up with your water changes and allow them to have space. They're not community fish. Don't try and stick them with a whole bunch of other fish and see what works, because that tends to happen quite a bit in the hobby. What will work with my fish? Just give them the space. Let them pair off naturally. Don't try and force things. And you know, they basically take care of themselves as long as they got clean water. So pretty easy stuff. Thank you, Nick Barbagado. I love your name, by the way. And we got one more. We'll finish this up with Carter's Aquatics. What kind of fish is Azul and Blondie? They're both the same type of fish. It's called a Cactaea umbriferum, Umbee for short, U-M-B-E-E. You can go type that into Google, or you can type it into the search engine on YouTube. Go check them out. They're a South American cichlid, northern South American, Colombia, a little bit in Panama, so a little bit of Central America in there for those Panama greens. But they're Umbee. Big beast piscivore, which means they eat fish. Open water predators, can grow to about 2 feet plus. You know, I've heard of some in aquariums growing to 23 inches or so. So big beast fish require large spaces, so that's the kind of fish they are. And I believe that is it for our questions today. Thanks for joining us for our first Q&A with me, CichlidMan09. Thanks for watching. Go check me out on Facebook, CichlidMan09. Go like the page, thumbs up it. Thumbs up this video if you liked it and you want to see more stuff like this, because we will definitely be doing more Q&A stuff like this as long as you guys keep pumping in the questions. CichlidMan09@gmail.com. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, because if you're subscribed, it means you're cool. Alright? So thanks for watching. I'm going to go to bed. Polk's going to go to bed. Azul's going to go to bed. And tomorrow, I'm going to wake up in the morning and probably have a bowl of cereal with some milk. Alright? See you guys later.